Yeah, this is really interesting because I've tried to put together a list of what people have told me around the league. Obviously, the top name at the board is Jim Harbaugh if Jim Harbaugh gets removed at Michigan. And that's a whole story unto itself we're about to address. Dan Quinn has done a phenomenal job rebuilding everything that is defense with the Dallas Cowboys. Now, he was the former head coach in Atlanta. He's a fiery guy. He's got a lot of expertise that side of the football. Dan Quinn, I think, probably winds up getting an interview. Jim Schwartz is a former head coach. Did not do well, but that was a mess in Detroit way back in the early 2000s. Schwartz has rebuilt his rep with what he did in Philadelphia, what he did in Detroit. That's a pretty good guy. He is now the architect of that Cleveland Browns defense. Brian Flores, former head coach, Miami, did a really good job in a short period of time and then got bounced and has moved around, went to Pittsburgh as an assistant, went to Minnesota. This guy's reputation as a builder of defense, and the players really responded to him. That carries a lot. This guy is being mentioned everywhere. Lou Anaruno, he is the defensive coordinator in Cincinnati, and he's fixed what's been bad for a long period of time. One of the reasons the Bengals have been an AFC championship team, and one of the reasons they went to the Super Bowl, aside from Joe Burrow's greatness, is the defense that Lou built. He'll get some interviews. Ben Johnson, offensive coordinator, Detroit Lions. He's the one that fixed Jared Goff. And they got themselves a number 2 offense in the NFL. A lot of people think he deserves interviews. And Frank Smith, who? Frank Smith is the offensive coordinator for Tua in Miami. And you've seen what they've done the last 2 years there. He's been part of that new coaching staff that they put together. So those are hot candidates for the Raiders job. Now, they're not going to hire anybody immediately. This thing will start in January, etc. Any of those names light your light?
Well, I mean, a couple of them are pretty good names. I mean, like Dan Quinn has done some great things with Dallas. He was a candidate for a lot of jobs last year. And of course, Harbaugh is kind of the sexy name. But if you're one of those guys on that list and you are offered the Raiders job, or at least offered an opportunity to interview, do you jump at it? Are you excited? Or do you say, hey, man, it's Mark Davis, it's the Raiders. I don't know if I really want to go there because I might be set up for failure.
So you're using the word dysfunction.
Yes.
Without using the word dysfunction.
Right. So that's why I'm wondering if these coaches are going to shy away from the opportunity.
I think a lot depends as to whether they hire general manager first, or does Mark Davis pick the coach and then interview general managers? Weird scenario there. Ray, Raider Nation, out of jail on bail. Join us. We want to hear what you've got to say. Who do you think's the hot candidate, right candidate for the Raider head coaching job? And do you agree with John's slur of the Raiders using the word dysfunction in the same sentence with the Raider Nation? Okay, on we go. We got